Welcome to week one of Evangelistic Messages. I hope you are excited this week to get into the class. You're going to begin by doing some reading. You need to read Gilbert's book. It's a short read and you'll get through it quickly, but make sure that you give yourself time to do that. You also have an article by Keller and you're going to read that. And then lastly, you have a video by Mathewson that you're going to watch talking about different places, different situations in which we can preach evangelistically. And so that video is going to kind of maybe open things up for you as you think about where can I preach evangelistically? Where can I preach the gospel? It's not just in a church on a Sunday morning. There are lots of other opportunities. And so this is going to widen your horizons a little bit when it comes to that. The first thing is always that you need to do in week one is take your date of attendance test. And so make sure that you take that test and get that done. After you do the test, make sure that you fill out your introduction, or even before that you can fill out your introduction. Put a couple of pictures in there of yourself, and that's an opportunity for you to get to know other students, for me to get to know you, for other students to get to know you. And so it's a great opportunity to build relationships within the class over the next 8 weeks. So make sure you fill out your introduction. After that, you're going to work on your discussion board. And the discussion board this week is really focused on the different contexts, the different venues, the different places, locations, situations that we can preach the gospel evangelistically. And so you're going to have an opportunity to go through that and think through those. Make sure, like I said in the welcome video, make sure that you're interacting with your sources. I want to see in-text citations from the readings, incorporate the video into it, because that's relevant to the discussion board this week. So make sure that you're interacting with that in your initial post, and then you need to get 2 replies in. Okay, so initial posts due Friday night, 2 replies are due by Monday night, 11:59 Central Standard Time. So make sure you do those things. On top of that, after you have read Gilbert's book, you are going to write essentially a summary of that book. It's 1 page, it's single-spaced. Don't do a 3-page paper, okay? The point is to be succinct. It's for you to narrow down the key things about the gospel. And so as you read the instructions for the assignment, there are some specific questions, really 3 of them: what the gospel is, what the gospel is not, and one other question that you need to answer. And so make sure you read the instructions, make sure you focus on those areas. So don't give me a chapter 1 talks about this and chapter 2 talks about this. That's not the summary that I'm looking for. Make sure that it's focused on those key questions and explain those, okay? After those 2 assignments, you don't have anything else this week. And so this is a good week to get that stuff done, to jump ahead and start doing some reading. There is a lot of reading in this class, and so I would encourage you to go ahead and do that so that you make the most of this class. If you get behind on the reading, it's going to get hard to do the assignments, and you're going to be rushed to do the assignments. I would start looking at passages. There are some that are suggested, but you can also pick one of your own if you want to for week 2. You'll be choosing a passage. Just make sure that it's an evangelistic passage that's true in the passage, and that you're not forcing it. If you have any questions, if you're not sure if it's an okay passage, feel free to text me or email me. I'll take a look at it and give you the thumbs up on it before you do the assignment for week 2. But it's a great opportunity to work ahead and to do that. As always, I am praying for you, and I'm not praying for you to get a good grade in the class. I mean, I want you to get a good grade. That's beside the point. But I want you really to learn. I want you to learn some things that you're going to take with you for the rest of your life as you preach the gospel. It is so important in our culture that we not only preach the gospel, but we live it out. And so I would encourage you, be practicing that now. As you spend time in God's Word, as you spend time in prayer, we need to be doers and not simply hearers, as James talks about. And so how can you live out the gospel right now? How can you show grace and mercy and love and forgiveness to those around you in very practical ways? Maybe strive to do that this week. As you work through some of this material and you read about the gospel, and it opens up some things for you as far as how we can preach the gospel and where we can do that. If you have questions, please reach out. Give me a call, shoot me a text, shoot me an email. I'm always here for you. And if I don't answer the phone call, it's usually because I'm in a meeting, but I'll call you back as soon as I can. But texts are certainly probably the fastest and easiest way. If it's lengthier material, emails are good, but any one of those three ways you can get in touch with me. Glad to touch base with you and help you out in any way that I can. And so, again, I'm excited for week one. I hope that you are. God bless. Have a great week.